to NextGenLeaders. Today, we will be discussing what it means to be a leader. Today, our very special guest is Mr. Joshua Chit-Tun of the Chit-Tun Group. Mr. Josh?
Thank you, Ramon.
That was a pleasure. So, in the past couple of weeks, we've definitely had the opportunity to do some research, and we're definitely quite impressed. And which brings me to ask, what does it mean to be a risk taker?
That's a good question. Just gotta say one thing. Started from the bottom, and now we're here. Still at the bottom. That was a joke. But it started for me at a young age, and I would say that if I described my experience in one word, what it means to take risks, it would be student direct. When I started, it was nothing. Felt a need to address a certain issue I had with schools when it came to student governance and what the student community can do when it comes for community development and just really taking a stand, creating an initiative. So you can imagine 10 years ago, it isn't what it is today, but with consistency and discipline and just never giving up. I mean, I think that's very key, to not give up and to lead others, to believe in yourself and to believe in them. I can't stress the importance of believing, because when you're taking those risks, you have to believe. You cannot give up. And you have to evaluate. And you have to be consistent. So, as I said before, student direct. That's what it means to me to take risks. And those who were involved with student direct, I would say they're risk takers. And I know you're one of the first. So if you could share your experience. I like that. Go back to memory lane.
I definitely, I don't mind. For those of you that don't know, I actually started being a risk taker myself at a very young age, at the age of 18 to be correct. And I decided that I would invest $100,000 into different philanthropies, knowing the risk of, definitely putting in my time and finances into definitely the areas where you either lack the credibility or the finances or the resources. But in the end, as Mr. Joshua stated, it's all about not giving up. It's all about discipline. And in the end, whether it was a risk factor or not, it was an obstacle, but it's all about overcoming that challenge. So for me, that is what it means to be a risk taker. And I definitely am not, how can I say it? I'm definitely not...
He's being so humble right now. I mean, this guy, in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, gave a nonprofit group that was organized by students. No reputation, no experience, just only the desire to succeed. I mean, desire. I think that's very important for those risk takers. And he gave an opportunity, $100,000 plus his time, and it was interesting. And he said a lot of things during those days. And now it's 2015, and I could say that 7 years later, I'm not a mathematician, but 7 years later, I believe that finally that risk is being realized. So yeah, 7 years later.
Yeah. But if I had the opportunity to do it again, I would do it again.
We'll talk more about what do you want to do in 2008. We wanted to do in 2015 what we're doing now finally. So it does take time, but you'll learn more as we do more episodes.
And definitely to conclude, we want to take it to the audience. We want to take it to you out there, who are watching this video, and we would like to hear from you, actually. We want to know what it means for you to be a risk taker. You can submit your questions via #NextGenLeaders, and we look forward to your response. So, thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure having you, and I look forward to, next time.